me thank all of you for being here today. This is a rather historic moment, I believe, in our state. And we're going to sign House Bill 87. And I want to thank the members of the General Assembly who are here with us today. And following that, we will have a brief statement and then we will entertain your questions.
En este momento está firmando la ley H827. Estamos en vivo dentro del Capitolio.
To begin with, I want to thank Representative
Estamos en vivo, la acaba de firmar ya.
And the co-sponsors of this bill. They worked very hard to produce the Illegal Immigration Reform and Enforcement Act of 2011. While I believe immigration is an issue that can ideally be identified and addressed and should be addressed at the federal level, this legislation, I believe, is a responsible step forward in the absence of federal action. Illegal immigration places an incredible burden on Georgia taxpayers. With an illegal population that is estimated to be almost 500,000, the collective financial cost to our educational, health care, and correctional infrastructure is in the billions. Let me reiterate something important that sometimes gets lost in the media discussions. Illegal immigration is already illegal in the state of Georgia. What this bill does is to protect employers by providing them with a practical mechanism to ensure that they are hiring only those who are eligible for employment. This will level the playing field for Georgia employers and end a practice that places law-abiding operators at an unfair disadvantage. As many of you are aware, this legislation went through several iterations. And thanks to the diligence and hard work of the General Assembly, I believe the final product avoids many of the pitfalls that have been alleged to exist in Arizona's legislation. Some have looked at this bill and tried to decide who the winners and the losers are. From my perspective, the people of Georgia are the winners. Today we're taking action to uphold the rule of law, to protect employers, to level the playing field for honest employers, and to afford every Georgian his or her best shot at a job, and to protect taxpayers' limited resources by taking an undue burden off of our schools, our hospitals, and our prison system. I am pleased now to introduce to you the sponsor of this legislation, Representative Matt Ramsey. Thank you. And court scrutiny.
Excuse me, sir. How can determine is illegal, is racial profile or something like that? Because I am U.S. citizen, but my English is really bad. So, what about if in case, how's look the illegal immigrant?
Yeah, well, I don't think I totally understand the question, but I will say this: the law is blind. The words on paper, that's what matters here. That's not being enforced on the federal level. That's what we're trying to implement here in the state of Georgia, is a culture that enforces the rule of law. There is nothing about this bill. This bill is very carefully crafted through months and months of exhaustive study, research, and revisions to ensure it only burdens the individuals that we want it to burden. That's those that came here in circumvention of our nation's laws. And we believe we produced a product that affects that. If a kid is driving,
a teenager is driving their parents to work, and the parents are undocumented and the kids are citizens, residents of this country.
The only way a person could be prosecuted, and that I assume you're referring to the transporting section,
yes,
would be if they A, know they're an illegal alien, B, they're committing another criminal offense while doing it, and C, are doing so to further their illegal presence in the United States. I would also point out that provision has been in federal law for decades. This is simply a state provision that mirrors the federal provision. So any suggestion that we're somehow kind of reinventing the wheel with the transporting, harboring, and inducing, that's federal law. And if you go and look at the prosecutions out there, you're not going to have some of the silly church bus driver type prosecutions that have been suggested by some of the opponents, some of the red herrings that are out there.
Thank y'all. That's all.
Fair deal.
That's all. Thank y'all.